Better than that baby. That baby's not having fun. I It's a beautiful day in Pennsylvania, PA. Come on now. It's a lovely sky. The birds are chirping. Well, we were on a call earlier, and all I heard was the lifeguard whistle over and over again for like an hour of this lifeguard whistle, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Oh, back." Oh yeah.
Oh my god. So many reds.
That's what we're hearing.
Can't blame
I
me for
I have
that one.
I have nothing further, Your Honor. There's nothing else to say here. That is just wild.
Um, so we don't have any sports and we don't have anything going on. We'll look, I guess, at a couple of MLB
Oh,
futures
we have
instead.
sports. We are sweating Jordan Spieth.
Yes,
He's gonna
top
play
20
here
for
on
me.
I would need him to
Given that.
not make a birdie on 18. Let me just throw that out there. If I don't get if I don't get more than 71 and a half shots, I'm going to be in shambles.
Okay. Well, what I was going to say beyond all that. Oh, look at that. All right, hold on a second. Hold on a second. See, Brad's doing it the right way. Let me catch up to Brad here.
Dude, she was literally crying so loud. I was like, I have to pick her up or I'm not gonna be able to talk.
Oh, look at that. Oh, who is that nugget?
That's Juliet. Say hi, Juliet.
Hi, Juliet. Oh my goodness. What a nugget. Oh,
The babies have infiltrated the show.
where's my baby? I'll find
Oh,
my
we're
baby.
missing. Where's your dog?
Oh no, I've got my baby right here.
Yes.
Got my
That's
baby
great.
too.
Heck yeah.
Not bad. Not bad. All right. So
Only thing I can putt with. If this ever gets broken, I'm never playing golf again.
same with this.
Mhm.
So real quick, before we look at anything, and yeah, I mean, there's open stuff going on, but I was talking to actually somebody who frequents this show often, and as much as he loved the live sweats thing, it's like, well, I get that. I get on. You guys are already talking about stuff you gave out. So
Yeah.
my response was, well, yeah, that's why you have to go to Brad's. That's why you have to go to Brad's VIP. You have to come to OddsShopper. You have to go to GoldBoys, all that stuff. So we'll do our best to give out more stuff either before, like during this show, or ahead of time. Let me just say this real quick, gentlemen. I watched Beverly Hills Cop 4.
Yes.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Was it fantastic? Haven't seen it yet.
Fantastic. Brad, did you catch it?
No, I didn't.
Let me
And
tell
you
you
know
something.
what's funny? Like you literally, I saw your post when you said it was fantastic. I was like, oh, I need to watch this. And I ended up getting sick over the weekend. I literally couldn't stay up past like 9 o'clock. It was so sad.
My Lord.
I stayed up for what was that big event we just had? The home run derby?
Yeah.
No,
Mhm.
wasn't the home run derby.
derby.
That's like the latest I stayed up.
Okay. Well, you didn't miss much, at least, right? But look, I would strongly suggest you go into it expecting a Beverly Hills Cop movie, and you will get a fine ass Beverly Hills Cop flick. Right down to like it was right down to the same type of layout, right? Like it opens up with him driving around Detroit, and then you have that scene where he goes to Beverly Hills and he's driving around Beverly Hills and he sees something crazy and he's like, like laughs at that shit, right? And you get like I can lock you up now. Fuck you. Oh, I'm just yelling at the pool, the kids' pool.
At
But
the pool.
but you get a lot of that, like F you Foley and stuff. It's a great, fantastic, and it's perfect for this week. That's all I'm saying. Go out and watch it. Do yourself a favor. Public Shander announcement. PSA. Go watch it.
Well, absolutely do that. Oh my goodness.
Any questions about the film I can answer for you?
No, I'm excited to watch it. Wait, oh, I have a flight, a 4 o'clock flight. I'm gonna download it.
Oh, there you go. See?
Good
I
call.
guarantee. Now, if you have a choice between 0, 3, and 5, okay? that's your rating. 0 is I'll never listen to Shander again. 3 was okay, it was all right. It was all right. It wasn't all that. And 5 was, man, that guy knows his stuff. Like, that was a fantastic movie. I'm gonna bet Brad is gonna give it a 5. I'm gonna get even money, no edge, 50-50, no vig on the bet. Brad gives it a 5. I don't know if Eric's gonna watch it. He's got a golf club in his hand. He lives in California. I don't think
everybody's got their babies. Everybody's got their babies. It's my baby. What am I supposed to do? It's the only thing I have in my life right now. You guys have other beings that you created. I have nothing.
You're married with a dog. What are you talking about? Where's Duke?
Scotty Cameron. He's inside. It's freaking hot, dude. It's like 100 degrees out. I can't do that to him. I can't do that.
Do either of you have any open ticket on anything other than the Open Championship right now? Like something that hasn't started yet that we can talk about? Because I don't have any summer league. I didn't just realize this. The WNBA's off for like 6 months.
I do.
I had a lot of NBA in play yesterday, WNBA in play yesterday. I had the bad beat of all bad beats that I don't even want to talk about right now. But it was frustrating to watch. Summer League was a disaster. Tons of voided tickets yesterday. That was for sure. A lot of teams that were on back-to-backs. We'll see if Zach Edey ends up playing today. I assume he does. Probably end up shorting him anyway, wherever those numbers end up, because I don't know if he plays a full allotment coming off of an ankle injury. He only missed 3 games all of college, for what it's worth. But I've done a lot of looking at Summer League for today. I have nothing better to do with my life. And then I also have a couple of AL pennant tickets. I wanted to talk through what we could potentially be doing before the trade deadline. I think that there's some interesting talking points there because, Baltimore opens at plus 370. You can still get that identical number over at DraftKings 6 months later. But the Yankees have bounced all the way around. And I don't know. I feel like both teams are going to take really big swings. I felt like almost like investing in both of them, just put 100 on each and then just watch it play out and, hope Baltimore ends up winning. But like one of those two teams is going to go after Crochet and Scooball and a bunch of others. So wanted to talk through some of that with you guys as well before I end up placing any tickets there.
So while we do that, as you just painted a beautiful picture of what we need to look at over the second half of Major League Baseball season, what exactly is like 2 feet to your left out of camera, Brad? Is it like a pack and play? It's a
pack and play.
Being like, what's happening with your child?
This right here, a pack and play.
Okay. My brother always likes to say, we always bring the pack and play for Eric, just in case he gets bored. That's what they always tell me. And I'm like, yeah. No offense taken. I love pack and plays.
The pack and play doesn't work unless you're staring at her. She's like, you have to stare at me or I will throw a fit. Oh, look at the dog. Look at the dog.
It was just perfect, right? Because I couldn't tell if Brad was handing the child off to another human being or if you were setting the baby down in the pack and play. And it was all happening, mind you, as Eric was painting with this beautiful brush of what to do ahead of the trade deadline with Tarek Scooball and others.
I do have a bet. It's about to start in like 30 seconds.
Okay, well, let's get in then. Give it.
I'm gonna butcher this name, but it's Europa Conference League qualification. Bread Bilic versus GFK. I took Breed Bilic, I think is actually how you pronounce it, to win and over 2.5 goals. It's minus 145. They lost the reverse leg at 3-2, but they had a 2-0 lead. I think that if they go up 2 in this one, they're just going to keep pounding because they're at home in this leg. I took their team total too, but that's crazy juice. So,
who are they playing? GFK?
GFK, yep.
GFK.
Is that what it is?
If you don't like those combo bets, you could take minus 1.5. That's fine too. But
I'm just trying to find them. Like, what do I search on like FanDuel? GFK,
or you could type in BREIDA BLIK.
Hold on a second. What is it? BREIDA. I got it. Reads a bit.
Country of origin. Can I have the?
Yeah, I mean, my goodness, we just watched Jeopardy last night, and no question,
this is the Wheel of Fortune question.
Seriously,
I'm just doing the straight up spelling bee. That's what we're going for here.
Yeah, I mean, my goodness. All right,
Yeah,
well, that's out there. If anybody caught it, I did not yet.
you can take. There's still you can take them to win and over 2.5 goals, or you could take -1.5. -1.5 is fine too.
Okay. British Columbia, Calgary Stampeders, by the way, Sunday at 7. That's the first thing that came up as I was searching for this Breedziak, or whatever the name of this team is. A little CFL on Sunday night, 7 o'clock. I did not know that. The British Columbia Lions taking on the Calgary Stampeders. Any leans on this one?
I don't have any leans on it. I actually don't really bet CFL.
I don't think I've ever bet CFL outside of somebody that I trust, which is like 3 people telling me to bet CFL. No profit
Spieth
boost, nothing there.
screwed me. Spieth just screwed me.
What'd he do?
Just made
birdie
71.
Even par through 17.
Yep. Oh well.
Right?
Yep. It's hawking it.
Fine. I have him top 20. What's wrong with that?
I hate everything. I hate everything. Of course, he eagled 16. Just had to eagle 16, didn't he?
Boy, what a putt! By the way, you want to talk about how fucked up of a world the game of golf is? How about what Tiger Woods was feeling after just that amazing read on 3, which was just a beautiful read and execution combination, thinking like, okay, I got this thing. And now he's 8 over. Cam Smith, another one. See ya. This is a massacre out there today. Overall massacre. Shane Lowry's going to lead the round at 5 under.
Yeah.
And
what a
we
round
gave out Shane Lowry on our show on NBC, and I was going to bet him top 20. I go to bet him top 20, and I was like, these odds suck. Oh, I hate myself so bad. Like, I literally played Tommy Fleetwood at even money, but I can't take freaking Lowry for a better price.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
Doran, low sweet. As long as that comes through, I'll have a fun little time. Plus 350. Let's go. Beat that Ludwig character. Beat him to a pulp.
Boy, it's not often you win a matchup where your guy's 4 over par on a day, you know. But Hideki over Cam Smith somehow finished in the green for the
unbelievable. Wait, that's so incredible.
That's like me having Morikawa over Siwoo Kim. Morikawa chips it into the bunker, or leaves it short and it rolls into the bunker, then leaves it in the bunker. I go, oh, I'm toast. He wins the matchup by 3.
Unbelievable. Just unbelievable, man. This course is ridiculous. I do want to get back to what you were saying, though, Ed. Let's look at that as far as like where do you want to begin on that strategy? Because I bet a lot of people right now just looking at the second half are probably focused on tomorrow and just getting back to baseball. But once we actually have some games and even some movement, all this value is going to be gone.
Yeah, we have no idea on like half of the starting pitchers going tomorrow. I mean, I'm looking at Arizona, Chicago, first game off the bat. I think it's going to be Justin Steele, Zach Gallen, but nothing is announced. We've got the Mets in Miami, nothing announced. So for me, I started looking at some futures odds, started looking at the board, and World Series numbers are tough right now, purely because the Dodgers sitting inside of 3.5 to 1 on every single book. Philadelphia, I mean, they're going to probably, be my bet if I'm looking at anything in the NL pennant, but 5 to 1, is that really a number that I want to be getting at the moment?
And they're going to make probably a trade not. Too. So you're probably going to be behind that.
What I really think is the AL pennant is probably the only one. And I know I'm talking about shorter numbers, but part of it is that I think the Yankees and Baltimore, just in the situations they're in, Baltimore, they're so talented that like, even if they stand pat, I think that they are in such a good spot here. And if you can end up on different ends of the draw where they don't match up until the finals, if you will, I think that you're probably looking at Yankees, Baltimore being your 1-2 still in any capacity here. Cleveland, Houston surged, but they had such a bad start to their season. Seattle's sneaky, but I don't see them going out and acquiring any arms at the deadline. So like the Yankees starting pitching staff could look drastically different. Baltimore, if they want to cut bait with a couple of prospects, They have so many guys in house, whether it's Colton Cowser, Jackson Holiday had a really tough start to his debut, but he's still the number one prospect in baseball. And they could unleash a couple of these guys to bring back a Skubal, to bring back a Crochet, a rental of Jack Flaherty coming back to Baltimore. There's a lot of potential, I think, for both of those teams. Whereas Minnesota, Cleveland, Houston, Seattle, Boston, Kansas City, I don't know. It just feels like all of these franchises, not that they're lower valued, but like with with them being smaller markets than the Yankees, and then just not nearly as good as Baltimore, I kind of want to just like invest in both of those teams and take it like an implied ticket of what is that going to be? It's like right at around 3 to 1, so 1.5 to 1. I love kind of investing in both of those sides of things and like letting the chips fall where they may.
I want
like
to. It's important to note too, like the Rays are going to be getting rid of a bunch of players. A bunch of teams are going to be doing similar scenarios, but I think the Rays have batters that are actually valuable, especially if they let go of Randy or Yandy. So,
yeah, I think you start to look at that, right, and maybe there's an opportunity to get in on. Now, look, it's going to be different than whatever it was preseason. But
not really, though. That's the point.
No. I'm saying for what I'm saying,
Yeah.
not for what I was about to say.
Yeah.
No, to your point, absolutely. But if you wanted to look at a market like to make the playoffs, and you were looking in the National League in that second wild card, for example, right? You could identify, to your point, which team is going to hold on the longest before they start selling. Like which team is truly going to hold on in that Mets, Arizona, like that range of teams that could be in that second wild card, I guess, behind Atlanta, right? Maybe it's St. Louis if they can't catch Milwaukee. But, could you look at something like that? Arizona, San Diego, St. Louis, the Mets, teams like that, if you can start to find. Now, you may not get good value, right? Like, I'm not going to take plus 126 for San Diego, plus 130 for St. Louis. But, if you can get to maybe, well, it's probably going to be plus 140 or bust for Arizona at that point, unless you're brave and you want a 3-1 ticket on the San Francisco Giants. I do not. Unless you're brave. Not the Atlanta Braves. Is that you or is that me?
No, I think that's Eric.
Okay, because you were moving fine.
Yeah, I like this conversation though about like if you take anybody as division winners. I think there's still some good value on the Astros there if they get their pitching cleaned up there. Their bats are going to remain hot. Did Jordan pick up a long-term injury or was this like a banged up?
All right, we got to get him resituated here. I don't think that was long term.
No,
10-day IL.
Yeah.
I mean, they may revisit, but it didn't seem like this was going to be crippling by any means.
Cool. Yeah, he's good. I think he's good. I just checked the little beat writers.
So now, all right. So let's look at this here before we get him back, right?
Yeah.
He'll be back up in a sec here. By the way, when he's back, we got to tell the story about how we were on a Slack, and we were in the middle of not a Slack, but middle of our bi-weekly audio video call for OddsShopper. Speaking of which, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. You subscribe to GoldBoys, goldboys.com, and hand on over to OddsShopper. We'll give you 50% off just for using code LIVE. And we were in the middle of a call, and this freaking roof caved in. And like, just imagine that, right? Like all of a sudden, right behind Brad's right shoulder, above that Tiger Woods picture, and just the roof comes in. That was a new house and everything, and it was like some construction stuff. But yeah, that was pretty crazy seeing that one.
That's actually nuts.
Yeah, right. Like it's something out of like you would see on America's Funniest Videos, where it was like 5 or 6 people all on a conference call, and you could hear like Alfonso Ribeiro being like, "That's one way to have the roof come down, or raise the roof."
Yeah.
By the way, did you know he was the host of that show?
No.
Yeah, if you're ever watching kids shows, it's usually on like at night following whatever the kids chat, like CW or one of these things are where they have the kids shows, and it's on like late night. America's Funniest Videos, I think it is, and it's Alfonso
Yeah.
Ribeiro. All right, so we got the Padres at 126, the Cardinals at plus 130, or the Mets at plus. Actually, I'll add all four. All
Okay.
right. We've got the Padres at plus 126, the Cardinals at plus 130, the Mets at plus 134, and the Diamondbacks at plus 140. Those four teams, those four options right now to make the playoffs, to make the National League playoffs. So
Okay.
nothing slamming right there. Is there one that you like the most?
All right, run them back to me one more time. Can you hear me?
Yep. Chargers. Padres, Cardinals, Mets, Diamondbacks. Padres at plus 126, Cardinals at plus 130, Mets at plus 134, D-backs plus 140.
Man. I'll probably go. I'm gonna go Diamondbacks.
I like that. I like that a lot, to be honest with you.
I just think the Diamondbacks too, like they're the kind of team who could grit it out. The bats can get going, and they're not so reliant on just straight power, right? They can play small ball if things aren't going their way. Did I freeze?
No, you're good.
Okay, yeah, they can play small ball if they need to. So I like their price. I actually, what's funny is I didn't even listen to the price. I didn't want to hear the price. I just wanted to hear the teams. And then if I just that's my favorite one, then what if they have the worst odds to make it? I like it still.
All right, you want to do this here? You want to jump in and have a team bet? What do you think?
Yeah.
You don't have to. I'm not here to tell you how to spend your money.
No, I'm
by
down.
any means. Okay. I'm gonna make a show bet here. All right. And to be fair, and this is just the nature of what we're doing, all right? To be fair, since Straight is gone, if this ticket hits, we'll split it 4 ways, and Ant, aka Tone Stamp, is gonna take James' earnings. Is that fair?
That's fair.
I think that's fair.
All right. Okay. I'm going to put 2 units down, half unit for each of us. Don't worry. I'm not going to ask you for your Cash App or PayPal or anything like this. It's just meant to hit. And then we can talk about this now throughout the show as we go through the second half of baseball. This is going to be something we can keep our eye on. We are now Arizona Diamondbacks fans. I love it.
This is great.
All right. So we are locked in. Okay. All 4 of us, although Eric just left. All right. We are locked in, all 4 of us, as far as the Arizona Diamondbacks to make the playoffs plus 140. This is what happens when all we have is golf. You understand?
Yeah.
Like, this is what happens.
You got 140. That's such a good price.
I think so. Looking at it across the board, I'm so happy you said the Diamondbacks. I'm right there with you.
I feel like, and there's always like, who are the favorites out of that group? The Padres.
It's that order, right?
There's always this expectation of the Padres to like get it going at some point, right? We've been doing this for the past 2 or 3 years, where the Padres are gonna get it going, and then they don't, right? Like it just happens year after year, and even if it's only a short sample size of us saying that, it's just I think people's when they made the moniker of Slam Diego, they were expecting more.
Yeah, man. I think based on this order, I don't know what's happened here. Things have gone from bad to worse with me here. Your child is, look at your girl, so well behaved, just amazing, so well behaved. And all he is just upset. All right, there we go. All right, I don't know if we're going to get Eric back. This has been a colossal disaster. Tone Stamp's going to go back to JD and company and NJC and be like, we got to cancel this show. Like, come on. Straight took off in order to get a consultant's eye on this view here of the show. And it's like, having, when you're a teacher, you have the person from the district come in and make sure that you're doing the right thing. And we've just failed everything here. Just absolutely failed everything.
We're trying, though. We're trying.
It's like we're getting what do they call it, like shadowing or whatever BS.
Right, exactly. Shadowed. That's it. We're getting shadowed. I love it, man. I love it. All right. Well, look, we actually got a lot accomplished today. Eric got his thoughts and theories out when it comes to looking at the second half, and that got all of us here, basically the two of us, on board for Arizona. So we can say we've actually made some progress on this show today, Brad.
We have.
Love it.
I normally don't love squad ride bets. Like this one, I actually enjoy. Like I obviously probably because I picked it, but
Did we-
I think that it has a legitimate chance to come to fruition. It's just me. He has a legitimate chance to win, but don't worry, I know how to close this out. Did we want to play a quick promo cut before we head out? Do you have that?
I do have it. We can do it if you'd like to do that. Oh wait,
Yeah,
Aiden's back. Aiden's back.
Oh, you're
I'm
back.
good.
You're back. I was gonna say we should hit the quick promo while we waited for you, but
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We're going to be back in full effect. This was just a placeholder. This was just to keep people in like attention, just to remind people that we're still here. We didn't need to necessarily split an atom on the show. Unbelievable. All right, at Mr. Brad Thomas, at Eric Lindquist, at shanderbets. That's how you can get us. Thanks again, Tone Stamp in the house doing his thing, making sure that we are on the air with you. GoldBoys.com. You want to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the Gold Boys YouTube channel, and a reminder, we'll tell you about this next time we're with you next week, of course, as things get back to normal next Monday, back to normal, 3 o'clock Eastern. How you can get, really take advantage of what we're doing at OddsShopper, up to 50% off with code LIVE. Anything else, my brother?
now, man, listen, I hope everyone has a killer weekend. I'm gonna try to have some soccer out for tomorrow on my X page. No guarantees. I'm leaving for vacation at 4 a.m. So just make sure you follow me on X. That's the last one. Oh, wait, actually, the NFL previews for every team is up on NBCSports.com.
Nice. Okay, we need that. That's beautiful, man. Thank you for the reminder.
Absolutely. Yeah, a lot of hard work went into that, and I can't wait for the people who are gonna say like, well, what the heck did you do? Like this team sucked. Like last year, I picked the Vikings. What was it Vikings to I don't know, did some of the Vikings, and that was in the magazine. I had people hitting me up. I'm like, guys, listen, we're not gonna win every bet, especially not every future.
I love it. Definitely not. We got NFL futures right around the corner, though. I want to get into that next week. Maybe not Monday, but definitely Wednesday, or maybe Monday. We'll see. But we got to start incorporating more NFL into the show as we get closer. All right, everybody. See ya. Make sure those bets hit. The Gold Boys are one of the largest, well-known sports betting communities on the planet with a Discord to match. We're going to show you how easy it is to get 1 month free of GoldBoys.com just for signing up at BetMGM using code GoldBoys. Sign up at MGM with code GoldBoys, deposit a minimum of $10, and get your first bet back at BetMGM up to $1,500. After signing up at BetMGM, send a screenshot of you using code GoldBoys to promohelp@goldboys.com to get your first month free. 21 or older, gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.